Hello again, everybody. Zacatech is here at my number one pick for my number one favorite, Wrestlemania, out of my top five. Had a little late on posting this because I was busy all day Friday, but now I kept you in suspense long enough. I'm going to heighten it a little bit because I'm going to recap my top five. My number five favorite Mania was Wrestlemania 23. 4 was 18, where I went to. Both 18 and 25 I went to. My number three favorite was WrestleMania 14. My number two favorite was WrestleMania 3. And now, without any more further ado, my number one favorite WrestleMania of all time is WrestleMania 17. Yes, it was a very tough one between 2 and 17 because I think both are very excellent manias, but I think at 17 edged 3 for me because 17 had more memorable matches, especially a great main event. Some of my favorite matches on the card, Shane McMahon versus Vince McMahon in a street fight. This was after Shane's storyline bought WCW. And like the whole build up was great with the whole Vince sedating Linda, with the whole divorce storyline going on, and just the emotions in that match and the use of weapons, especially it was the invention of Shane's finishing move, the coast to coast, when he went from one end of the ring to the other and Vince's head against a trash can. That was the book of that move. That was a highlight. Trish turned face that night by turning on McMahon and all that stuff. But the two best matches on the card for me were definitely TLC 2. Edge Christian and Christian against the Dudley Boys and the Hardy Boys. Probably one of the best matches. I loved the triangle ladder match at WrestleMania 16. Probably the only good thing on that WrestleMania was that match. But TLC 2 was probably the best match. There was so many high spots in that one. Edge doing a big spear from the top and spearing Hardy when he was hanging onto the belts. And a lot of interferences in this match. Mike Dudley got involved, Rhino and Lita, especially Rhino being involved in the finish with Edge and Christian retaining. And that match was just a lot of action in that fight. And of course, probably the best match of the night, the main event, Stone Cold versus The Rock. In my mind, probably the best match. Out of their three WrestleMania main events, this is probably my favorite. Because there was so much intensity in this match. And this is when Austin tried to turn heel by aligning himself with McMahon that night. And it was just an intense, bloody, violent fight. This is in Texas. I also not only have the pay-per-view, I also ordered this one on pay-per-view. And I think this is the first WrestleMania I can ever remember watching on pay-per-view when I was an adult. You know, I've never seen Mania live on a pay-per-view thing until WrestleMania 17 in 2001. So that's also why it's number one for me, because it was a personal place, because it was the first Mania I ever saw on pay-per-view live. So, and because there was some great matches, especially the main event with Austin Rock being the best showing. It was just very violent and bloody. In the build-up with the whole McMahon getting Austin the chair, just pummeling the Rock with the chair. That was just insane. Other great matches in this card. Triple H and Taker's first fight. Not as good as the other Mania matches, especially WrestleMania 28. But this Mania match was a decent one at that. You know, they fought all over the arena. And there was some, and also Benoit against Angle was pretty good too. There was some low lights, but it didn't ruin this Mania. Like China against Ivory for the Women's Championship. Kind of a short match. Also, the gimmick battle royal. It was fun to see, but it was a quick match as well. Fun to see all those gimmicks together. You know, Gobbledygooker, Bushwhackers, Iron Sheik ran up winning it. And also, Jericho against Regal should have been longer, but it was a decent opening for the pay-per-view. And then overall, a great Mania because there was a lot of great stars on that card. A lot of great legendary stars, Hall of Famers on that card. And or soon-to-be Hall of Famers. So that's why WrestleMania 17 is my favorite WrestleMania. Good card, great matches, and in fact, it was my first Mania I've ever seen live on pay-per-view. The other Manias I've ever rented, the other Manias I've seen, I've rented on video, but I've never seen it live before Mania 17. So that's why it's number one for me. That is it for my top 5 favorite WrestleManias list. Get ready for my next list starting this upcoming Monday, St. Patty's Day, the day of WrestleMania 18 in 2002, as I begin to count down my top 5 least favorite WrestleManias. I'm not saying my worst manias. I'm not using that discouraging word. I'm just using the word least favorite manias. And that'll start on Monday. With that in mind, you've all been attacked by this countdown from Zach. Thank you very much. Have a great and safe St. Patty's Day weekend. And I'll see you for the beginning of my next list on Monday. See ya. Yeah.